Stay now. Tories, if you've got to go away and defect to Reform UK, stay now. Won't you stay till polling day? Stay now. Oh, don't leave us alone like this, or we'll sink into the abyss. Stay now. Oh, won't you stay till polling day? Stay now. Don't you think we've gone too far? Right, when pissed up thugs off their tits on drugs do what you say. They heard me call that town a shit hole. What can I say? They'll probably vote Labour anyway. Rwanda bill returns to thought. Me split the party in two. Now everything that I do seems to be wrong. It's bad shit. Stay now. Tories, if you've got to go away and defect to Reform UK, stay now. Won't you stay till polling day? Stay now. For 13 years we've been taking the piss. A few more months wouldn't go amiss. Stay now. And won't you stay till polling day? Stay now.
Good evening. How you doing?
How is everybody? All right. Yeah, we're good.
Good and good and good. Long time no
You all
see.
right? Yeah.
How are you
No one
both?
last week. Somebody had a bad name, was off the red on.
Well, I had a bad head.
Yeah, we're good, mate. Good.
It wasn't so much a bad knee, it was a dizzy head. That's what it was. Good evening, John. Good evening, Louise. Good evening, Charlotte. How are you all?
All right, John. Welcome in. Thanks for
So
coming.
what, you guys?
Yeah. I think.
You think what? I think there's a delay, isn't there?
Our signal dropped out then.
Yeah. I keep
No,
when I talk. There's
just dropped for a second.
oh right, okay. As long as you can still hear me, that's the main thing. Good evening, Alistair. I apologise, Alistair, for ruining last Saturday night for you. But how are you guys anyway? What have you been up to? Been busy?
Scottish pudding.
Yeah. Decorating, fitting showers, tiling, fitting night heaters in my van.
Sorting shit out.
You mean
Just sorting
stuff
shit
like
out,
this?
really, mate.
300 runs to the tip.
There you go.
beautiful piece
Yeah,
of work there?
yeah.
I believe Donna done that, didn't she?
Yeah, it's only wallpaper, not a painting, but yeah.
Oh, I thought you were there with your brush, you know, every fine
Yeah.
little detail.
He won't let me do the. He won't let me draw it because.
No.
No, I would have done it if I was allowed, but he won't let me because he knows it'll take weeks. Cheers, Jar.
Yeah, and I've been building under the stairs.
Cheers, Louise.
I was going to say.
Because when I first did the
Dave's
cupboard
little...
under the stairs, I was what I could have.
There he is, looking all
So
good and
he's rebuilt
smart.
it all where the banisters are, when I covered them before, because I couldn't afford to get the wood for it, I actually used massive pieces of cardboard and wallpapered over them, and I forgot I'd done it like that, to be fair. But it worked.
So I rebuilt it, and I put fucking skating board round, and
that is not the only place. We had a big corner board with this bedroom, right, and it didn't go to the ceiling. Now I'd forgot I'd done it until I had to take this fucking wardrobe down, but I'd actually extended it to the ceiling, and I'd run out of fucking plywood when I'd done a couple of panels. The rest of it was built with cardboard with wooden frame to stop them collapsing.
well, I went
trick.
to take the wallpaper off it. Yeah, it had a door. It had a little door. Well, it had a little door, so I put a bigger door in, and I put all Alcatraz around it and skating board on there. And we had a door that wasn't really, well, it wasn't a door because it was screwed up at the other end. So
it was a fake door because there's another compartment to that cupboard, isn't there?
yeah. So I thought, well, I'm not having that. That just looks shit. So I eliminated that, and yeah, and then wallpapered it. So, but I was taking the wallpaper off. I thought, what the fuck is this made out of? Bits of there was bits of wood that long going to another bit that long, and then
it was solid enough. You could just kick it in, could you? It took. What about the carpet?
I don't understand that, Charlotte, because look, I'm on exactly the same line, and it would it allows me to. I don't know if you can see just there. There you go. It allows me to send stars. So Charlotte just said it's not allowing us to send stars.
What's that?
I don't know why that would be, because like I say, you can see there. I can send them. Ooh. So I'm not sure why that would be.
There's no good sending them to yourself. No good sending them to yourself.
I'm not that mad yet. I'm not that fucking mad yet. Good evening, Don. How you doing, mate?
But when I click on it, it's not letting me click on it.
Not letting you.
But also, it's funny because you just said to me, didn't you? You just said before we come live that it's taken 2 of the lives down or something as well, hasn't it?
Oh, that. Oh. Yeah.
All right. So what?
Yeah, it's letting me do it.
It's letting you do it.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Because I had to have the keyboard up to come up there. Look.
All right. So she had to have the keyboard to come up, apparently. So it's letting her send them.
The signal's very bad here, up and down. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I don't know if a lot of people know this, that the 3G and 4G is obviously being switched over to 5G. Everything that they believe was compatible for 3 and 4G would be just a simple switch, and it hasn't gone to plan. So a lot of the network providers, anything that runs on like a SIM card any.
I've not been in a cave, but what about 5G?
Say that again.
All right. So,
say that again, Don.
No, I'm not. No, we're on 4G.
We're on 4G, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But everything
5G come into the equation.
No, everything should have switched, and it hasn't switched. So some devices have gone over to 5G, so some has not. Some's completely knocked the network out completely. I think it was about 3 days ago. I tried to get hold of Swifty, and his phone was off, like on answer phone. Yeah, it was up and running. In certain locations, your signal's just dipping out and you're losing everything. Because they don't do things properly, do they?
No. With eBay, Alistair, make sure you can go view the vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've converted ours. Well, I'm converting it. The front half's done. It's got the 240 volt in the inverter. It's got the leisure batteries. It's got the split charger in it. The bed's in it. Most of the front's done. So now I've just put a night heater in. I've put the shower unit half together. But you've got to really have a look at them because they look good in the pictures, but fucking hell. I mean, most people just convert them and they use ton and groove. I've used proper decorative ply, which has cost a fortune. I think it's cost me to buy the van and to do the conversion up to now was about $4.5 grand.
Ooh, a lot of money.
Yes,
it has, Brian.
And
Charlotte, thank you very much. And David, thank you very much. Sorry, they're all sending stars now.
What's that?
They've all got it. They're all sending stars. Thank you very much.
Lovely.
David sent stars. Charlotte sent stars. Brian sent stars. So thank you very much, sir. I don't know why it wouldn't work in the beginning, but it's coming up on my screen, so that's all good. So yeah, thank you very much for that.
All them stars go to Matt. That we don't want any of that. That's swelled Matt out. So if
help
you
the
can,
poor bin man out.
Support Matt for all the work he does. Yeah,
thank you very much.
Help the poor bin man out. Yeah, at least you've got a fucking job.
How's the job hunting going?
Oh.
Not very well, he says.
I ain't even started, mate.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Crack on with it next
I ain't
week
even
or after
started.
Christmas?
I ain't tried looking for a job. Then he just poured fucking pure orange all over me fucking computer, like. So that would have been fucking clever, wouldn't it?
I didn't point. Googled out the fucking.
What are you guys going to do with regards to the job then? Are you
So,
going to
like,
have Christmas
you didn't
off
want
now,
that
or are
bit,
you?
did
Yeah,
Can't afford
different than
to.
I'm going to paint my face slightly brown and I'm going to mug people.
Oh, you'll get away with it.
Yeah. I speak no English. I'm going to brown up.
But on a serious note, I mean, are you going to have what? Hang on, sorry guys, my phone's just gone off.
Yeah, good to see you as well, mate. Thanks for joining. Yeah, well, yeah, but we're just getting things done. It's I'm going to have to go and look for a job probably Monday, but you know, we're getting things done, and that's the trouble we've had because we was away all the time and we was knackered when we got back. We hadn't had time to do out. So
I've been fucking doing weekends, haven't I?
Yeah, so it's been a bit. We've got things done, and that's what we needed to do. You know what I mean?
You needed to crack on,
in fucking showers. I mean, like, well, like I said before we come on, we did have a shower in before, but because it was knackered when we moved in, I took all the piping working out and I took the wiring out and filled the walls in, and then papered over it. But now, because we've got a shower in, I've had to chase the wires back in, and that was a pain in the ass. Fucking.
You drilled through a wire.
I drilled through a wire. Blew all the electrics.
I bet it feels nice now that it's done, though. Or at least you're getting somewhere. I bet it feels good that you're
achieving. Well, it'll feel better when we've got the bloody furniture and floors down. But
yeah, well, she's got to do down the banister in what you use laminate, don't you?
Yeah.
So she does down the banister in laminate. The same laminate's going to be on the floor. So there's the floor to do in there. I've got to start doing the bathroom next. Just painting the bathroom.
Well,
so she can wallpaper it.
Agreement, haven't we? I don't like fucking glossing, and you don't like wallpapering.
Yeah, so yeah.
And I do wallpaper.
Yeah.
So who does like glossing? To be fair,
I fucking hate gloss. I fucking hate that stuff.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it when you don't have to cut in. Well, I use a spray gun on the ceiling.
Yeah, we've got
to emulsion the ceiling.
Fucking horrible stuff it is.
I didn't use a fucking roller or a paintbrush. I fucking bought one of them spray guns. I'll tell you what, to do a good job. It took me half an hour to do that ceiling. Well, an hour because I had to give it 2 coats, but so I was just up there spraying the fucking ceiling.
No, it's glossing's not for me.
Yeah,
If I look a bit confused when you're talking, it's because you're cutting out in my ear because the signal seems to be really shit my end.
Just put that picture back up for David to have a look at. So, coming after you put it up.
Which one? Well, I'll put both of them up if you like. But
the one of the wall mural.
That one.
You can tell it's a big room anyway. That
it is. You've done a very good job there, though.
There's the flooring.
To be fair, that was quite easy to hang until I got to the very last piece and it started fucking being an arsehole, didn't it?
Yeah, but it's
and it dried really well overnight. I was worried about bubbles. Oh.
Yeah, well, we got a bargain on the wallpaper as well. You know, it's grey, that wallpaper, but it's got
like sparkly.
It's got sparkly bits in it, and it's double. You know, the double size ones. So it's like two strips. But it's supposed to be what, 50 quid a roll?
50 quid a roll, but we got six rolls for 75 quid.
So yeah. So there's like 300 quid's worth of wallpaper in there.
Oh, happy days.
It costs 75 quid.
The wall murals, when I was looking at them a couple of years back, they were like 300 quid for that size. But that I managed to get for $74.99 or something like that. So they've gone right down in price. So
I looked at it and I
Good
went,
evening,
"Fuck,
Pauline.
I'm
How you
glad you're
doing?"
putting that up."
Well, everyone seems to be impressed with it.
Cheers, Brian.
So that's a good thing.
Cheers, Don.
And I think Louise is saying good evening to Pauline.
Yeah.
So you haven't been keeping up with the news then?
Hello, Pauline.
I wanted to do that shot. Wait.
No, I haven't heard anything, mate. All I've had on is me speaker in the front, in the middle room, with my music on. So
well,
I haven't heard anything really, apart from what I've seen on YouTube.
I'm gonna play a clip now. It will be all white on the night. It's quite a long clip. It's 6 minutes. It's a debate that took place, I believe, last night on GB News. And in the title, it will be all white on the night. You can kind of guess what it's going to be about. Let's have a look.
We're embarking on a purge against white men in the office. Many will have heard that the chief exec of Aviva has recently told MPs that the appointment of all senior white men must get a final sign-off from her as part of her drive to rid the financial world of sexism. You what, love? You don't speak for me. This neo-feminist crusade to penalise the entire male sex, specifically and only white men, rather than simply offer equal opportunities based on merit, is so utterly insulting to women and to non-white applicants. I certainly won't be teaching my daughters that in order for them to succeed, men have to step aside. We have all the tools to get where we want to go if we work hard enough. We all have our equal rights engraved in law, and if we face discrimination, we can take legal action. That should be it. We don't need to punish an entire race and sex to raise anyone up. And it is white working class boys that are falling behind in education and who are currently being brought up in a climate of shame where their role models and historic heroes and their nation's achievements are trashed as if they are uniquely to blame for all the woes in the world. Anti-white rhetoric is so prevalent now that businesses and celebs feel at ease commenting negatively on white groups of people openly. It is racist and it needs called out. If we let this go unchecked, the question is, who is next? The woke Stasi won't stop with white men. Next it will be women and black people not being black enough. The woke end up eating the woke. No one is safe unless we stop sanitising the discrimination of white men. Diversity at all costs will cost us all.
Yeah.
So, Benjamin, what do you think about the discrimination of white men in the office or workplace at the moment? It's not just Aviva. There have been many adverts now, discouraging white people from applying. Do you think this is healthy in your woke world?
I mean, the idea that white men are discriminated against in any meaningful way is completely absurd. They have enormous numbers of natural advantages, structural advantages in the system, and that's why things like trying to hire people from minority backgrounds or other backgrounds like having a disability or maybe a sexuality that's underrepresented is important, because they don't get the opportunities on a structural level that white men do. And when you talk about meritocracy, I really find it very hard to believe, if you look at the quality of some of the white men in Parliament, that they were really there on merit. They were there because they had so many advantages in the first place that those doors were wide open for them to walk through. And the fact is that, if you're a Muslim woman on a council estate, there are going to be a lot more barriers in your way than if you're a bloke that went to Eton and is a white
We
fella.
all have the opportunities to work hard and we all get opportunities at school, and
Sadly, not
personal
everyone
responsibility for the bad decisions you make in life. We need to talk about that as well, not be ready to point the blame at this made-up structural racism or sexism. I, as a woman, would hate to feel like I got a job based on the fact I was female and not based on merit.
The problem with that argument,
that?
Belinda, is that the truth is that a lot of white men get the job because they're a white man. Because the person because they have so much culturally in common with the person hiring them. They get the jobs because the mediocre white men run this country. They have for a long time.
Our Prime Minister is Asian, for goodness sake. What do you mean white people run the country? Suella Braverman was Home Secretary. Kemi Badenoch's the minister.
The very fact that you can name the people that aren't speaks volumes, right? And also, I would point out, not with Suella Braverman, but often the sort of ethnic minority people that get to those positions, the women who get to those positions, tend to be far more capable than the white men they're replacing.
So the only reason you're on this panel is because we ticked a diversity checkbox, and it was actually the checkbox we ticked was being clinically insane. After that.
Not quite sure what happened
Hello.
there. Did you lose
Hello.
it as well?
Yeah.
Who the
Yeah,
fuck
I
was
did.
that dickhead with the glasses on?
Fucking hell.
Well, so you get the gist of the story anyway. I'm not going to play it all again and hope that it plays the last minute of it.
Yeah.
So you get the gist of that. Well, yeah, there is that. He is a bit of a prick.
Yeah.
I find it funny how the debate has become
No, he's
very.
a bit of a prick. He's a lot of a prick.
He's a full-on prick. How the debate now always goes on around white people, isn't it? It's completely changed. There's no balance to it anymore, is there? It's just white. That's it. We'll blame that. We'll focus the debate on that.
Well, what's the ratio of fucking coloured people in this country?
Too many. Sorry.
Well, it's too many, yeah, but I'm sure it's not fucking outweighing the white, right? If you think you've got a fucking job crisis now, an unemployment crisis, right? Sack all the whites. Fuck it. Put us on the dole. Give us £1,600 a fucking month. Pay our rent. Pay our fucking council tax. Pay everything, right? And see how fucking fast all these fucking blacks
see how full the fucking insane asylums get as well.
all the
Have a good
people
night,
of
Don.
colour, right? Manage, right? Because there won't
I'm not going anywhere.
be
Oh,
right. There won't be any money coming in
Right,
because
John.
none of them pay fucking taxes. Them that are working, do they? You know what I mean? Like them twats who buying licenses and then renting them out to people for Deliveroo and fucking.
Well, Deliveroo
Yeah,
and
fucking
Just Eat
wankers.
and all those
You know
kind
what I
of
mean?
companies are hot on that. They're big on that, aren't they? Massive on it. I mean, racist. Thank you, John. Yes. But you can't say that, can you? You can't actually say you're being racist to me because I'm white. I mean, you just couldn't. You wouldn't get away with it.
No.
Someone I know
No.
got so pissed off with
No,
really?
one of his South African employees, he threw him off the bridge. Only one of Dave's mates. What year was it, Dave?
it was a fuck.
John, I don't know what you're on about.
He's
You're
using.
going to come into this country and you're going to help the country expand, and you will, and you do it legally. But look, all you have to do is look at the
The fella drowns.
You look at the fucking certain ones.
The fella drowned.
So you want a dinghy diver then?
He had no previous experience on water then. I'd say. There you go. That's lightened up your Saturday evening.
Yeah, came on the truck.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can back of the log looking about.
I think most people that get thrown off the bridge.
Fucking fair play to the guy.
How long did he get inside? Fucking
He's
hell.
got a little bridge then.
Oh, it was
Oh,
why
you
is
bastard.
Racist bastards.
I did sling a claw
I'll
hammer
take
at the king.
Call me what the fuck you want, really. Names don't really count, do they?
Bro, John Thistleway, are you on a fit up?
Should have been a lump hammer.
He got fined 1,000. Oh, so it happened over there.
On a fair sake. Bam.
He's talking about Facebook,
John.
Oh,
I think.
fucking hell. Most of the people we know are on fucking bands, aren't we? See me out. Do you like me out? Do you like me out?
No, not necessarily, John. A lot of them come on the back of trucks.
No fucks given. Yeah. Did Donna do that?
Like it.
Yeah, very good.
No.
Did Donna
Bought
do
it
it
from a
no?
market.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
I've got one that says I'm allergic to bullshit as well, haven't I?
I'll repeat that. Very good, Brian.
Yeah. Okay.
Simon Holt. Did you get my message?
Hi, Simon.
Did you get my message? Have a look on Messenger.
Oh.
Just
Simon,
you. No, Donna. I sent you a message about 10 minutes ago.
No, she just checked it.
Dave slung the claw hammer at a Kenyan over here. Well, not here, in Sussex. Just don't get on the wrong side of Dave. Simple as that, unless you want to wear a hammer for a day.
Should have been a fucking lump hammer. Fucking 17-pound sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Don't give him ideas. But yeah,
that BLM shit, right? Do you know what, right? That BLM shit, right, has caused more fucking arguments and more shit, right, and more wokeness, right? And all they did was fuck off with the money, yeah? All the money raised, all they did was fuck off with it. You know what I mean?
Has she not been questioned
Blacks
about
again
that?
Don't want to go out and fucking earn a decent living and pay their taxes. You just want to fucking rip people off and buy man.
Will you talk about that though? Was she not in court?
Shit, aren't they?
I think so. Yeah,
there was the few of them.
Was that? It's now. Yeah, if you don't like the look of you, you're going to wear an iPhone.
No,
I think there's a massive delay.
Good job you don't work in fucking B&Q.
My head's. Can you imagine what would get flung at people? Well, could you just imagine what would happen?
Fucking chainsaws.
I think there's quite a big delay in. I think there's quite a big delay in the internet here because I'm getting you quite slow and quite a delayed reaction. So if there's an awkward pause, people, when you're watching, it's out of our control. I can't change it.
We've got a warning coming up here.
This is coming through quick enough.
Yours is coming through quick enough. We can break up now and again, but I think it's at our end.
Yeah, it keeps coming up on my screen as well. Move closer to your box. They kept telling Dave that to move closer to his box. He couldn't get any closer to it if he wanted to. He moved his whole office into his lounge, I think, and practically sat on his box. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Way.
So
not on about this way.
That way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to further news. I see this today.
I think we're going to be sat on a box soon.
I see this today. I wonder what caused this.
A league match between Luton and Bournemouth has been abandoned after Luton's captain collapsed on the pitch. Tom Lockyer was taken off on a stretcher after receiving medical treatment for several minutes. Witnesses said he appeared to be conscious as he left the pitch. The 29-year-old had previously collapsed earlier this year during the playoff final against Coventry.
I wonder what caused that. That's the second time this year he's gone down.
Yeah, Dave chucked a Samsung at it.
Dave, you're guilty. Try up on social media. That's it, guilty. But no, that's the second time he's gone down this year. It's actually been confirmed this evening that he's had a cardiac arrest. So it's unheard of, isn't it? Like up until 2020, you didn't hear of athletes having cardiac arrest, heart attacks, whatever you want to call them, collapsing on the pitch, on the field. It's mental. It can only be one thing, surely.
Do you know what it was, don't you? I know what it was.
Not Dave's hammer.
I know exactly what it was. he's heard about Dave's fucking mate, and when he said we're off to Stamford Bridge, he thought he was going to said we're off to fucking chuck you off a bridge.
Yeah, dropped on the floor. I'm not going.
Fucking killed the poor cunt off.
Good evening, Sarah.
You're off the bridge, mate.
Brian's got it. Brian's got it there. Bloody climate change.
Yeah, climate change.
Put it on.
Yeah.
Blame the climate change.
Did
you
can't
see
deal with all this fucking hot weather we're having?
Did you see the? I haven't got the video, but Just Stop Oil are back out, aren't they? I have got the video, but I haven't uploaded it for tonight. Just Stop Oil are actually back out. They went and done the Christmas tree, sprayed it all orange. Did you see that? I mean, how low are you going to go to? I mean, because the Christmas decorations are put up for kids, aren't they?
What about that video I showed you earlier?
All right.
That video earlier where it was someone on the news, right? And they'd said about them finding this medical thing that will help stop people
dying from
the COVID vaccine. Let me see if I can find it.
So somebody's found a vaccine that will cure you from the vaccine that was supposed to cure you from the thing that the vaccine was designed to cure you from, that fucking hurt you, that they've had to bring a new vaccine out for.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Could be wrong.
Isn't it? I mean,
probably am.
I mean, obviously, meanwhile, the inquiry's still going on. Boris Johnson's give evidence, honey. Matt Hancock give evidence.
What was that football?
29.
That's just a farce. They're not asking the proper questions, are they? They're not
nothing will come of it.
Yeah. Fucking just asking bullshit, right? It's all bullshit. It's a cover. Well, no, of course it won't. What they should have been saying is fucking did the guy at the time that was who now runs the country, as the fucking chancellor, happened to have £5.5 million invested in a fucking that started up Moderna. Yeah, and as that guy who used to come on, Claude Van Damme, Kung Fu Kid, right? Was he pushing the vaccines that fucking killing people because he had a job lined up at fucking Moderna? You know what I mean? Are they asking them questions? No, they're only asking bullshit like, do you think it was out of order that you went to a party when everybody else was locked up?
Yeah, or it's just great.
Right,
nothing will come of it. 200 million has been spent on this. Fucking 200 million spent on the inquiry so far.
Yeah, but they're still building. Yeah, but they're still building factories to produce fucking RMNA, fucking whatever they call it, fucking vaccines. They're still building.
I was going to say this.
They know they don't work. They know they're fucking dangerous. They know the fucking game's up, and they're still
There's
building.
lots of that in there. I mean, healthy people doesn't make the pharmaceutical companies millions of pounds, does it? So, but I was going to say, the minute you start an inquiry and you realise all the messages have been deleted or gone missing, do you know what I mean? That's kind of game over, isn't it? Well, generally speaking, it kind of gives you the answer of what's going on, doesn't it? But nothing had changed. Nothing had come of it. You know.
Yeah, but it's a fucking con. It's always been a con. Why would a fucking multi-millionaire want to fucking run this country and take all this bullshit that he goes through? If I had all these millions, I would be fucking sat at home fucking having the life of Riley. I won't be taking this shit. But he's not. He was put in place by the bankers and the globalists because nobody voted for him. Have the chance to vote for it. When they do vote for somebody, they fucking chuck them out fucking 74 days later or whatever it was.
Sorry, Dave, you broke up then, so I only got half that message. But I'll agree because I'm.
You know what I mean?
I just nod my head because, like I said, I'm not too sure what you said there.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it, would you? You wouldn't do it for 150 or 160 grand. All the shit you get for being prime minister. You wouldn't do it if you had millions and millions and millions of pounds. What's he got in the bank? I can't fucking remember how much he's got. But fucking hell, his wife's a billionaire. He's a millionaire. What the
Who?
fuck is he
Are
doing?
we on about?
Fucking pouncing around like fucking rolling. Have you seen the way the cunt walks?
You on about Sunak now?
Sunak.
Yeah. So he was. I think he was 700 million rich when he was obviously put in as prime minister. I think I think I read somewhere that he was the richest prime minister to be put in place, or one of the richest. Why would you want to? I don't get it. Well, it's all to make more of that. That is the end line.
What have they bought Cameron?
It's the money system. Lord Cameron.
What have they brought Cameron bought back for? Fucking
experience,
you know
apparently.
What I mean? Make him a lord and bring him back as foreign secretary.
Does he need swine flu back as
fuck
well?
Me, fuck this country up. Now he's in charge of fucking other countries up. The foreign secretary. That was it. That was just like when they put Bojo in charge, made him the foreign secretary. I couldn't fucking believe it. Thought this is going to go down real well. Don't worry about Trump pressing the button. Fucking Bojo's going to fuck the world up.
Cameron shags pigs. The only reason anyone goes to work is to make money. Yeah, but where's the? I mean, I'm not saying you've got to stop, but when you're 700 million rich in the bank or whatever, you've got a missus as stupid rich as well. Do you really need to be prime minister and make more? I suppose the answer is when is enough when it comes to money. I suppose there is never enough, is there?
Well, I think when they sack him, I think when they get rid of him, right? Well, exactly. Like Dave says, you only go to work to earn money. He goes to work because he's been put there to fuck the country up. They're all the same. It doesn't matter who gets in. They'll find, we want to get in. And then the fucking banks will come and say, listen, you don't run the country, we run the country, and you'll do as you're fucking told. Like the Home Secretary, who wants that job? Who in the right
thing is,
wants that
all
job?
they really are good at is fucking things up, though, isn't it? I mean, that's all they're consistent with, really. I mean, what else have they done that's good? I couldn't tell you in the last 12 years there's anything that's good that's come out of the government, to be honest, for the country.
No, it's like if voting was for it does any good, we won't be allowed to do it. And they say it's a democracy. It's not a fucking democracy. How the hell is it a democracy? They're giving away. Next year. They're gonna give away our fucking sovereignty to the WHO. Fucking, I'd rather be run by Doctor Who than them fuckers. You know what I mean? Because that's a fucking fantasy as well, isn't it? Doctor Who.
John, you're not the only one. Trust me, it's very difficult. But the signal's very poor on my end as well. So,
what is it about?
Charlotte says,
"Yeah,
hang on, let me."
They're fucking us up so we can't let people know what's going on.
Oh, they're chosen for us as we don't choose. Voting is an illusion.
Ours is the same.
Well, I've always said, if voting changed anything or if voting counted for anything, they wouldn't allow us to do it. I've never voted myself. A lot of people say, "Oh, you should vote now, independent,"
exactly.
But I don't.
No,
know.
I've never voted. I voted not to vote once, and I've carried on doing the same thing.
Yeah, I just don't think it'd change. I mean, lots of people are going on.
I used to love it when you used to knock on my door, though.
Well, it's a lot of people are shouting about vote for, is it Reform UK or something like that? It ain't going to make a difference. They ain't going to get in.
Yeah.
Are they? It's going to be the same two, Conservative or Labour.
Well, he was pushing. Yeah. Yeah, because we're not allowed to have anybody else. We're not allowed to. And it don't really matter who you vote in because they're fucking... Well, they're both the same. They're exactly the same.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly, Dave. Yeah. The vast majority don't vote because I think people now know they're being lied to.
I do think more and more people have woken up quite a lot recently. More people are seeing, starting to see. I see Katie Hopkins done a video, didn't she, on about cash and how the use of cash is back up. Post offices ordering more cash than ever. Is it a little too late? I don't know. I think it's going to happen anyway in time. I mean, not right now. I mean, they can't even get the internet to work properly. But after the time, the card payment machines are down, aren't they? And they want to take cash, or of late anyway. So yes, I don't know. Big story.
I went to the shop one day last week, and she went, "I hope you've got cash." I went, "Yeah." So hang on, I'll just say, right. I said, "Yeah, I always use cash." She went, "Okay," because the till won't work, the card readers won't work, nothing could work. I went, "Have you got a pen and paper?" She went, "Yeah, I'm writing everything down." So
back to old school.
Nobody else. People coming in and going, "No internet." Yeah, well, we had a power cut apparently at 1 o'clock in the morning,
and it's fried a load of them.
And it fried a load of the internet around here because we've got our own internet. It's called KCOM. It's it's useless. We've always had our own telephone company. Like BT. We never had that. We've always had Kingston Communications, right? And we used to have our own fucking television and fucking stuff like that. It was real fucked up. Where everybody else was on British Telecoms, we had our own called Kingston Communications. Well, it's fucking shit. Everybody's on it around here because the only thing you can have is, apart from them, is if you have a dish. Because they've got the monopoly on it because it's all their lands and they won't fucking let anybody else use them. So we have to deal with them fuckers. We've got a dish and we've got connect.
My dad can't vote now because he don't
like that. It's usually all right.
Oh, did you see that? My dad can't. My dad can't vote now because he doesn't have photo ID. I didn't know you needed photo ID to vote.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, did I?
Yeah, it's. I haven't been in long, has it? Well, they're going to be fucked, aren't they, when they think all these immigrants are coming in because they come over here, then they fuck off, right? Nobody knows where they are. 17,500 of them lost by the fucking Home Office.
Well, that's the number they tell us. I bet you could double that number quite easy.
So they think they're all going to vote for them. How are they going to vote?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know you needed photo ID to vote. That's new to me.
Well, you wonder you don't vote.
I don't get either. I'm sure it's so they can see who's voted for who and then punish them in a way or another. We are in sad times. Well, we are in sad times. I'll agree with that. I do think more, like I said earlier, more and more people are kind of waking up to things. Hey, I've just noticed he got a cigarette in his mouth. I thought you'd give up.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I did. I'm going to give up again, but.
You don't know when.
You've been saying that for 2 weeks, no?
Stressed. Yeah.
No, his passport is out of date, and he doesn't.
When you're rushing about, though, you just think
it's mental.
Last time I had a passport is when you got them yearly ones. Remember them yearly ones?
No.
You know when you used to get them yearly passports. There was like a paper one.
No.
And I used it twice. Once to go to Valencia, drove a truck over there, right? You getting me?
Well, no, I don't.
Well, I drove a truck over there. Worst 3 weeks of my fucking life. Yeah. And I had to drive illegally to get home because I was that pissed off.
Yeah, go on, carry on.
Are you getting me?
I am, yeah, very broken.
Well, and then the other time I did a beer run to fucking France. And that pissed me off as well. I spent fucking, I think, 12 hours in France. I couldn't wait to get back to this shithole country. I don't do foreign countries very well. I don't do them at all. They wanted me to give them, right? When I got to Valencia and I went in, right, and obviously they just fucking look at you because I can't speak any fucking English, right?
Any
Any fucking Spanish. And I went, and I give him my notes. And then this fucking forklift driver came out and he went, you give me 200 cigarettes, I unload you. And I went, how about you're fucking paid to unload me, so fucking unload me. 3 days the bastards kept me there. The boss rung up and went, what's happening? Mate. I said, they won't unload because I won't give them 200 cigs. He went, well, that's what you have to do. And I went, no, I fucking don't. I don't go to a fucking loading bay in this country and say to you, right, give me 200 cigs or I won't unload you. I'm fucking, you know what I mean? Can you imagine going to Asda and some fucker on Asda's loading bay saying, right, okay, mate, you booked in now. Yeah, you're on time. Give us 200 cigs and we'll unload you. Fuck off. You know what I mean?
It's
cheeky
funny.
Cunt. And then the bastards go to sleep for 2 hours in the afternoon because it's too hot. 3 fucking days. 3 days the bastards made me wait.
It's funny you say that. I go to not a similar story, but a private landlord. Okay, I said to you just before we come live about it, didn't I? Basically, wants his property back, and he uses retail and his current situation to compare, if you like. And basically, what he says is, if you go to a supermarket and you take their products without paying for them, it's theft. You're stealing from them, yeah, and it's not right. He wants his property back as a private landlord. He's a bit cocky. Well, let's have a look at it.
I did it deliberately as a stunt because I knew, guaranteed, I said to all my friends that the media would report it like crazy and make me look like the bad guy. But the interesting thing is, if you go into a shop and you steal something, you go in and steal bread, everyone will say, that person deserves to be punished. But for some weird reason, you steal from a landlord or a property owner, and then suddenly it's all right. I'm the criminal. I'm the bad guy for evicting that person. So, yeah, there's a lot of nonsense being talked about on social media.
Because there is a perception, right? There is a perception. I mean, obviously, however you choose to express, a staged eviction or whatever, whether or not that's with a chainsaw or through another means, there is a perception that landlords are flush with cash, that they've got loads of money, and that it doesn't really matter if someone doesn't pay rent for a couple of months. Is that true? I mean, you're described as a millionaire landlord. I mean, is that accurate?
I'd be embarrassed to be a millionaire. I'm a multi-millionaire and I make over £1 million a month. If I was a millionaire, I'd be very embarrassed.
Right.
So yeah, I'm a multi-millionaire. Make many millions.
I suppose, with respect, Samuel, I suppose the argument might be that you probably could afford for somebody to maybe not pay rent.
That's a terrible argument. That's a horrible argument. The whole society and the narrative on landlords is just screwed. And right now, landlords need support.
I'm not a millionaire. I'd be embarrassed if I was a millionaire. Fucking get your head from your own ass, you prick.
He's a proper cock, isn't he?
Cock
Funny look at cock end.
Proper bellend.
Get a grip, man. Look like a fucking coconut. Look like he head on upside down.
What?
Yeah. I'd be embarrassed to be a millionaire.
Let's have that debate. Right, Dave, I was going to go there. So, although that's why I said it, yeah, he is very cocky. But he isn't wrong, is he? I mean, whether you've had previous problems with landlords or not, and whether they've been fair or not, generally if you're not paying your rent to someone else, to the landlord, for to live in their property, you should have the right, shouldn't you, to go in and get them out? You shouldn't have to go through all the fucking court system and all that bollocks.
Yeah, but not use a fucking chainsaw.
No. It depends on how much they owe, because they could be fucking having a couple of bad weeks. You can't just go to knock a fucking door down for a couple of weeks. If you're being taken the piss, yeah.
Yeah. But whether... Look, I don't want to sound cruel here, but whether you're struggling or not struggling, is that the landlord's fault? He's still got business, not him in person, but not him particularly.
But there is fucking boundaries, and a couple of weeks behind, right, isn't the fucking excuse for that behaviour. I'm sorry.
No. And I don't know how long this tenant...
If you can't get in contact with him, and you can't talk to him and shit, then different story. But
I mean, our landlord's an arsehole. We can't even talk to our landlord. We don't even know if he still owns the fucking house.
Well, it's
like, for an example, we've been here 10 years. Now we're out at work at the minute. What happens if we fucking can't pay for a couple of fucking weeks after we paid week after week for 10 years? Would it be fair for him to come and put a chainsaw through our fucking door?
Yeah, would it be fair for me to fucking hit him with a baseball bat that's stuck in the hole when we fucking...
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you've got a good argument, a strong argument, then I get it. But if you've just decided that actually, do you know what? I know that if I don't pay my rent, it's going to have to go through the court systems. It's going to take minimum of 12 months for them to get us out, right? And I'll just play the system, knowing damn well that landlord has no say.
I want to know where they've got the 12 months from.
No, I'm just using that as an excuse. And I know for a fact, my brother-in-law had to do it. It took over 12 months to get his tenant out that didn't pay rent. Yeah, he had to go to his own front door and put a notice on his own front door, and they told him you cannot enter that
property. Put it through in 28 days.
Sorry?
Yeah. Well, that's the law, isn't it? That's the law. Because you own it, doesn't give you the right to fucking go into it.
Yeah, and is that not wrong?
Because I don't go into all that shit. I just know some landlords are assholes, right? Well, I don't know, mate.
Good evening,
I mean,
Jeff.
if they didn't have that law, they could just come in while you're out, have a spare key, and come in and do anything they fucking want, hunt through your fucking stuff or whatever. You don't know, do you? I think it's there to protect the tenant.
The people that are renting the place have got to fucking say, well, they've got to give permission.
Okay.
They can't just turn up at the door and expect to come in because they'll get told to fuck off. They've got to give at least 24 hours notice.
Yeah, they can't give you 24 hours notice. Bear in mind, I'm talking about people that have defaulted. And I'm talking about people that have
it's not that,
defaulted
David, right? It's like I said, we've been in here 10 years. And we're out of fucking work. We fucking forfeit a couple of weeks fucking rent, which we will pay back. We can't get hold of our landlord to tell him that we can pay him back.
And we're in front anyway.
Then what happens if he fucking comes and puts a chainsaw through our door?
Yeah, but Donna, I think that's a different.
Really,
that's
really,
what I'm saying.
There's a fine line. If that's taking the piss, then yeah, the landlord should do that. But
and that's where I'm coming from. I'm not
just
saying
that he's a multi-millionaire, so I'm sure he can afford one out of his fucking mortgage.
You got to remember what we've just seen was a spoof. What I'm saying is, and I think he's putting a picture out there. Yeah, and Dave put it in the comments just a minute ago. But what I'm saying is, for genuine tenants like you that have been there for 10 years, you've never had any problems. You know, they've not contacted you. Well, you've had problems on their side, not your side. It's a totally different situation. And I think you have a good argument. But for those that are generally just taking the piss and know that they can play the system and know that it's going to take a long time to be evicted, and then the time the eviction comes through anyway, they've up and gone. Do you know what I mean? The properties are normally damaged and left by then. And I think
a lot of them damaged. I mean, when we got moved in here, we didn't pay the deposit to move in because the house was so fucking bad. I mean, windows was smashed, doors was missing.
There was fucking dirty needles everywhere.
Needles, fucking up there. It was horrendous, but we didn't pay a deposit. So we've come in, we've put all new doors in, we've decorated it, and obviously it needs decorating again, which we're getting through. But
I went through a fucking...
We got bageled because the fucking back window was fucked and they just basically walked in.
We've had no fucking repairs done to this house, apart from one when the fucking gas split.
I mean, the Eon sent a debt collector after me saying, we want 780 quid off you. So I said, what the fuck for? And they went, for the gas. And I went, we ain't got any gas.
You had him turn up at the door, didn't you, last week?
Right. So he said, well, they says, well, that's not our problem. It's for the rental of the meter. I said, the meter don't fucking work. You can't top it up if you want. That's why we ain't got any gas, because the meter's fucked. I says, we've been in here 10 years. Well, it was 9 years at the time.
Yeah.
Right. I said, we've been in here 9 years. I rung them up and told them the meter was knackered and they haven't been round. And now they've sent a debt collector after me. And they says, oh, we're going to arrest you and take you to court and get you blacklisted. Right. And I went, well, you know, when you said these recorded for training purposes, I said, well, I've recorded it from this end and I've just got you on recording So when it goes to court, you're going to have to say, right, yeah, it's going to say that you were going to harass me and blacklist me and you don't care. I said, I'm not even the fucking tenant, right? So they came round and put a new meter in, but they've capped it off. Eon came round the other day. He knocked on the door, and I opened the door, and he went, Neil Cartwright, right? And I went, no. He went, oh, where's Neil Cartwright? I said, well, if you can find Neil Cartwright, you're a fucking better man than me, and he's our fucking landlord. So he went, but I've just checked your meter, and you've used no gas. And I went, it's capped off, you fucking idiot. You came in, right, after sending a debt collector around, yeah, for a meter that don't work. I said, I could actually sue them because they've only got so many days where they can't have your supply cut off, not have a supply. So we've waited for 10 gas, years. Yeah? I think it's about £35 a day. You could, yeah.
I know what you're saying, David, but at the end of the day, like you said, there's two sides to a story. And if there's situations like us where we've been in the house 10 years and never been fucking back on our rent, and we might need a couple of weeks where we can't get hold of the landlord and explain to him because we've never been able to get hold of our landlord, then it won't be exactly fair for him to come through our door with a fucking chainsaw. And the fact that he's never done any of the repairs, I think it's 6 windows.
We don't even know if our landlord's our landlord.
What it is we'd rather, the way it is, where he leaves us alone and we'll leave him alone, perfectly fine. We'll deal with that. We've never even had a fucking gas and electric inspection.
Oh,
and that's what I'm saying.
He comes through our door with a fucking chainsaw, and believe me, it'll all come out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Don.
But people that take the piss,
you've got a very strong and good case. And I think you would have a very strong case if that was the situation. And I'm not saying a couple of... All right, okay, you could cap it, couldn't you? Do you know what I mean? But, I mean, again, only a landlord can go on for so long, I suppose. And whether he's stinking rich or skin, at the end of the day, he's in the game to make money, isn't he? Not your landlords in particular. I'm on about in general, right? So, okay, you could cap it. You go a couple of months and you're not paid it.
He's in the game to make money, so he could go to fucking Thailand with his boy.
In your situation, yeah. But,
yeah, I mean, we pay our weekly, but I've got no sympathy for any fucking landlord, right? If he's a multi-billionaire, right, fair play to him.
Right? He's the pilot. He likes to go to Thailand for his
our
landlord.
No, I'm on about that landlord there. He's a multi-millionaire. If he is, fucking fair play to the guy. But I really haven't got a lot of time for landlords. If they're decent landlords and they'll do everything for you, but most people I know trying to get repairs done, right, from a fucking landlord, right? If you don't pay your rent, they want you out. But you want to live in a house where the roof ain't leaking. The roof ain't leaking, your fucking boiler works. You know what I mean? Your boiler don't work. Your fucking windows are fucking smashed. Fucking leaking. It's fucking damp as fuck. The fucking Velux windows in the fucking roof, right?
There's about 6 windows.
We still pay our fucking rent, and the cunt doesn't go out. And most landlords are like that. If you're a good landlord and you get your rent for a couple of months, I can understand because not every fucking landlord's rich. A lot of landlords are fucking, the rent just covers the fucking mortgage.
Like,
and
okay,
if we use it as a nest egg or a retirement fund, and fair play to them.
And I ain't got that actual landlord. At the end of the day, I know that some landlords are rolling in it, but some aren't. But I won't have that attitude there that the landlord can afford it.
No, and I'm not saying I agree with putting a chainsaw.
I mean, a lot of them are solid.
Yeah, definitely, that's extreme. But I do believe in certain situations, and if the landlord can prove that the tenant is wrong and not paid, I do believe the landlord should be able to knock the door and let himself into his own property and say, get the fuck out. You haven't paid your rent. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
If you're generally taking the piss,
then not got a problem. But you've got to think of the backstory.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah,
and like Dave said,
but if you go through a fucking door of a fucking your tenant's house, right? If you go through the fucking door with a chainsaw and the tenant's in there and they've got a bin and the bin stood against that door, right? How's he going to fucking feel then?
Yeah.
But if it was a spoof, it doesn't really matter, does it? But I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get a video uploaded of the guy, I don't know if you've seen it, who called a company who works on behalf of the Home Office. Yeah, he's talking about football.
All right. Well, they're about as much use as a chocolate teacup out there, the Home Office.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm just seeing if I can get it because it's quite a
like
big video.
Are they even on about football?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it all happens in Brighton.
Yeah. It's I forgot what I was going to say then.
Sorry.
The Home Office are like landlords, aren't they? The only trouble is they don't chuck fucking people out that don't pay fucking rent, do they?
Well, I'm going to see if I can get this
chuck
video.
You out, but fucking the Home Office. Right.
How'd you say that?
But the
I'm not even
Home Office don't even try and chuck you out when you come over here and don't pay no tax, no rent, no fucking.
Oh, that's a long time to be somewhere.
Where?
Why? 50 years? Yeah, that is a long time.
Fucking hell.
That is a hell of a long time to be somewhere. Let me see if that'll send. Yes.
Yeah. Well, when all these new fucking net zero things come in, when all their houses aren't up to standard, right? That's what the problem is with landlords now. They're all selling up, aren't they? I mean, most of our landlords sold most of his properties, but ours has fell through apparently. So we got some woman.
Yeah, I am, John.
It's probably because they know that there's nothing but bricks.
Right. So we have this woman fucking dealing with us, and then all of a sudden it's the sales fell through.
They've left us alone again.
And then they've left us alone again. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm thinking,
but that's the fact that we actually are paying. We are paying.
Well, we're paying more than we should each week anyway. We pay more.
To be fair, with what you put into the house,
right?
It goes up because no one gets in contact with us.
So who are your agents? Do you not even know that? I mean, I know they thought you were called Darren.
What's that? Yeah, thought I was called Darren. She wasn't even talking to me. She was talking to Donna. So I don't know how Donna felt about being called fucking Darren, but you know what I mean?
I bet she's been called worse.
Well, she tried turning it back on me, didn't she? And said, "Oh, well, do you even know who your landlord is?" And I went, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I can't fucking get hold of him." I said, "At least I know my landlord's name." And because I even said, "I said, I bet you don't even know the name of your tenant." And then that's when she come back with Darren, wasn't it?
That poor cunt from Eon didn't know what to do the other day when he knocked on my door, mate. Neil Cartwright, no.
I live in a couple of containers, me. I'd be happy as fuck.
Well, I've come to check your gas.
Yeah, me.
There's no fucking gas.
I'm going to play.
He went, all right, I'll go and sort
it. Yeah, off you go. Off you pop. I'm going to play a video, and it's a 10-minute video. But the guy calls the company basically who work with the Home Office, and it's quite interesting. And the end bit in particular, I find quite interesting. But it is a very good insight to how they manage these properties to get obviously the illegals in there. It's quite crazy to find. Well, when I listen to it, listening to what they actually pay and guarantee is crazy. It'll be uploaded in a second. It's just processing now. But like I said, if I don't, Donna would have said if she'd seen it, I'm sure. It's very interesting. Very interesting. You give that a minute to upload. Here we go.
We haven't been keeping in touch with anything really because we've been fucking busy.
Have a listen to this.
So we probably haven't seen it.
Oh, hello, Karen. Karen, someone WhatsApped me over a link to your email as far as landlords and offering up properties. I just had a look on your site, and I was just wondering what the protocol is basically.
All right, what's your name?
My name's Daniel. Woods.
Okay, let me check. I'm just going to take all your details, Daniel, if that's all right, just in case the call drops.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
And then I can call you back. Have you got an email address, please?
Yep, it's TD, T for Tommy, D for Delta, Kent, T for Tommy, D for Delta.
Oh, yeah.
Kent, as in the area, Kent.
TD Kent.
Yeah. LLP.
Yeah.
At outlook.com.
Brilliant. Okay, so someone sent you some details, and have you got, which part of the country are you in?
Well, I live in the Kent area, but we have properties in Birmingham, and my business partner is my brother. He has some properties down in Yarmouth.
All right, okay, great. Well, that's good then, because we do the northwest, the Midlands, and the east of England.
Yeah, I did see that on your website before I phoned you up. I just wondering how it all works, how long the lease is, and stuff like that, really.
Yeah, definitely. Right, well, I'll tell you what I can do. I can send you an email with all the information on, so all the benefits of coming with us, how long the lease is for, what we're looking for in family properties, HMOs, things like that.
Sure.
But basically what happens is we are looking for asylum accommodation in all those areas.
Okay.
Before we can take a property on, it has to be untenanted. We can't even look at a property if there's tenants still in it.
Okay.
All right, because we can't be seen to be making people homeless.
Sure.
So first of all, it has to be untenanted. I then have to know exactly which area it is in the Midlands, exactly which area it is in Yarmouth or whatever. So postcodes are always useful.
Yep.
Because then I have to check that us and the local authority are happy for that to be taken on.
Sure. Oh, well, do you work with the council then? Do you?
Yeah, we work with the local housing authority.
Right, gotcha.
So we work for the Home Office.
Right.
So the Home Office employ us to find accommodation and sort that accommodation out for asylum
Right.
seekers.
I'm with you.
We're a blue chip company.
Yeah.
So once we lease a property from you, you know that you're with a blue chip. We're a massive company. You've not got any doubts and concerns about us. The good things about when you rent your property out to us is we do the monthly maintenance checks.
Right.
We do the repairs and maintenance in the house. There's no management fees.
Wow.
We pay your gas, electric, water, council tax. And the good thing is there's no voids in your rent. The minute we take it, you get that rent every single month at the end of every month.
Right, and you're saying that you can give contracts for a minimum of 5 years, yes?
No, we can't. Does it say that on the...
On the website it says leasing up to 5 years.
Right, I'll have to check that because as far as I know, it's 6 years and 11 months.
Oh, so it's more than 5 years then?
Yeah, it's 6 years,
blimey.
11 months. And at any point in that 6 years, 11 months, if you give us 6 months' notice, time to house any residents we might have in there,
Yeah.
if you give us that 6 months' notice, then that's absolutely fine. So you're not tied to it, but you do have to give us the 6 months.
Gotcha.
We do it 6 years, 11 months.
Right.
So that, if it goes to 7 years, you have to then register for the deeds of the property and things. That's why we keep it under 6 years, 11 months and keep it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And so, sorry, if I could just interrupt. If, say, you say you pay all the bills and that there.
We pay gas, electric, water and council tax.
Oh, yeah, that was my main concern with the council tax, because I had some... I had the council chasing me for a council tax because I was renting out a property this summer. And that is, obviously, because times are so hard at the minute, they fell behind with their payments on council tax, and then they basically vacated the property, left it in quite a bit of rent arrears. And I had the council that was coming after me. Obviously, I've squared it up now because obviously I just showed them the tenancy agreement. They said, well, the people that was in the property was liable for the council tax. So, you know, it can't fall on me because it was quite high. It was quite an high bill. What happens then? Do you pay everything and then what, the tenants pay you back or?
We are the tenants.
Oh, right. So basically, they can move into the property, don't have to pay any gas, any water, any electric, any council tax. You pay all that for the person that moves in.
Yeah, well, we pay it. Yeah, we pay it.
Oh, right. So you could basically...
Because that person is seeking... That person is asylum seeker, so they're not allowed to work while they're seeking asylum.
Oh, right. So they can basically have the property for 5 years, don't have to work, don't have to pay any bills.
I don't know, not for the whole period they're there.
Right, until they get asylum, then they have to start paying, do they? I just want to make sure, because I don't want to give out a property and then obviously I get bills run up or council tax paid up or this ain't paid or that ain't paid, and it puts me in an awkward situation as far as court fees. And because we had a tenant in there before that wasn't paying any rent, then we had to put a section 21 on them, then they wouldn't move out of the property, then we had to pay all the court fees to get them out and all that sort of stuff. So if we wanted to get a tenant out, do we still have to go through that same process, or do you take care of all that sort of side of it?
Yeah, well, we will be your tenant.
Right, so you will be. Gotcha.
Yeah, so what happens is we take on your property as your tenant, and then we put aside, we pay your council tax. That is guaranteed for the whole time we've got that property for 6 years, 11 months. We pay all that for you.
Right.
We also pay your rent at the end of every month, come what may, no matter who is in there. Once we onboard that property, we your tenants.
Okay, and what if a tenant goes in there and, I don't know, they're causing a nuisance to the neighbourhood or anything like? Will you'll deal with that and
deal with it.
You get it all sorted out, so it's nothing that has to fall on my head.
We deal with it. We do monthly property checks, so we do all that. You know, if the tenants are behaving in a way that's causing problems, then we deal with that as well.
Right.
So we deal with that. We become the tenants and we look after that property. There's certain things in the lease that when landlords see it, they get a bit frightened about, which says things like you have to put a new bathroom in or a new kitchen after a certain amount of years.
Yeah.
Now, people get frightened about that, but it only says if Serco request it.
Right.
Now, if Serco request it, that will be because it's falling apart and it's not fit for purpose. It won't be because it's not this year's colours. Do you know what I mean?
I've got and in the properties, what are they? Are they just normal family people? Because I don't know a lot about immigration. I mean, you'll know more about it than me.
Right, it varies. It varies.
Right.
So there's far more families. I think if you were to probably base it on the small amount you might know from the media, you might think it's just all young men. It varies. It's young men, young ladies, it's families with children, lots of children who go into the care system because the parents have sent them over on their own.
Okay.
So we obviously don't house them because they go into the care system,
Sure.
which to me is just tragic. But it is families, it's single men and women. It's a variety. You can't choose who goes in your property because we have such a need for the properties. We just house in there who we think it's more suitable for. So if it's a family property, we try and put a family in there. If it's a HMO, then we put handfuls of people in there. So it really varies. Well, you'd be surprised at how many families there are, as well as single men and women.
Sure. Yeah, because you know what it's like when you see all this rubbish on the BBC and all that. They just show like all these young men coming over, don't they? And so you
know what?
There we go.
Ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
It is crazy, isn't it? I mean, fucking imagine.
Did he actually only ring to see what they said?
Yes. Yeah. So I think there's a few in the chat that know the guy more than me. It's the first time I've come across him and seen any of his videos. It was sent to me last week. But I mean, isn't it crazy the fact that they can be given a property rent free for up to 6 years or 6 years, 11 months, whatever it was, council tax free, gas, electric, water. Do you know what I mean? Be given the lot. How much more do you need right there? Sorry?
But there was a bit in there when she said to him, right, when the landlords see the lease, there's some things that we worry about. Hang on. When does somebody that's renting a house give the landlords a fucking lease?
Well, then technically it's not subletting because they're the fucking tenant and they just got a lodger. They don't pay no fucking rent, do they?
Well, they're actually renting the property, aren't they?
Don't give a landlord a lease. That's subletting, though.
But only if they're paying rent. If they're not paying rent, it's not subletting, it's lodging.
If Zeko called it a contract, but they called it a lease, it's not a fucking lease. You can't give a landlord a lease to their own house. You can't say, I'm going to come into your house and here's the lease. You know what I mean?
It's just sickening, isn't it? When you think of the shit state the country's in and our own.
Because our house is falling down.
Yeah.
But you can also see, you can also see as a business point of view why the landlords are jumping at this for that, can't you? I mean, a guaranteed 6 years, 11 months of fucking rent. They probably, no doubt, at the end of that, get their whole property refurbed and back. Families with children.
Fucking crazy, mate.
Guys,
absolutely crazy.
Yeah. It is mental.
Families with children, my ass.
How many families have you seen come over on them fucking boats?
How many kids have you seen coming across on them boats?
All right, John. Cheers for coming in, mate. Hope you feel better tomorrow.
Yeah, go and get some rest, John. I hope you get some
fucking crazy, mate. Absolutely crazy.
Sorry, mate. We'll meet up. Come right.
Oh, well, that fucking bit where she fucking boiled where's Charles said we don't want to seem like we're making people homeless. Well, you are, because there's people that are homeless and can't get fucking houses because landlords are out there fucking getting £800 a week month rent when they should only be getting £400 a month rent. It's the same as these places like Target Housing and fucking Purple House.
All right, I'll be off in 15 anyway.
Women, right? You look at what the fucking rent.
Good night. Dave says
you look at what the rent is on the places like that.
Dave says the term lease is used
but they have
because
to actually pay the rent
commercial
on uninvited fucking visitors.
I mean, whichever way you look at it, it's wrong, isn't it?
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know, but I mean, either way you look at it, it's wrong. Yeah. In my personal opinion, it's fucking
basically
disgusting.
What you do. Yeah. What they do is you give up your house to Seiko, and Seiko just do whatever they fucking want with it.
Yeah, basically. After the 5-year lease, after that, they can take ownership of the property.
I don't know, because it's not something.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know if. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's clued up on it more. I've never been in that kind of position of rental and properties. Do you know what I mean? But it is disgusting. I mean,
yeah,
it's absolutely. On the other hand, let's have a bit of a laugh. Have you seen this?
This is one item you wouldn't want to find in your Christmas stuffing. Tesco has recalled this batch of finest apple and cranberry stuffing mix with a best before date of September 2024 because it possibly has the presence of moths. Yep, moths, which make it unfit for human consumption. Tesco did not mention how they got into the stuffing. Tesco said, please do not consume the product and return it to store for a refund. They apologised for the inconvenience.
But they want you to eat bugs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to make their mind up, don't they?
Who's now supplying fucking Tesco's fucking... what's his name? The computer wizard, fucking computer guy. Bill Gates.
Computer guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bill Gates.
Microsoft.
He's not a computer guy.
Well, no, but... Yeah. Morrison's had the same... Morrison's had the same thing, but not with the stuffing. They actually, a woman got a fucking chicken, right, from Morrison's, and she fucking opened it up to put it in the fucking oven. It was full of wet. full of fucking worms, mate. Because apparently they said when the worms was in there because some of the stomach was left in the chicken.
Giblets.
No, it was the stomach part of the giblet, right? Was left in the chicken at the factory, which has caused worms, right? Now, how long has this fucking company been supplying?
Well, it's the same as look at with the caravan industries, right? They only have to nail fucking panels on and they miss every fucking nail misses the fucking wood. So they've obviously got new staffing that can't do the job.
And Morrison's had another problem, right? You know when sometimes when they ain't got some in and they put a fucking
and they sent that bottle of piss.
Yeah, they put a fucking alternative in there. Yeah. Well, this fucking woman got a fucking bottle of piss. Somebody's piss in a bottle.
Oh, mate, that's a substitute for your pack of tomatoes, isn't it? Disgusting.
Look,
anyway.
Said energy, right colour, wrong fucking thing. How the fuck?
That's what I used to use.
Did a bottle of piss
I used to
get
recycle
delivered?
my bottles, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it's vile, that is. Back in I'm going to play this. I've got to bring this up because I know everyone loves a bit of Harry and Meghan.
Moths.
This has been in the news. Have you seen this?
He had come to the High Court to, in his words, expose the utterly vile criminal activity of the tabloid press. And today, Prince Harry did that.
Today is a great day for truth, as well as accountability.
His barrister read his reaction to the ruling that he was hacked by Mirror Group newspapers.
This case is not just about hacking. It is about a systemic practice of unlawful and appalling behaviour, followed by cover-ups and destruction of evidence, the shocking scale of which can only be revealed through these proceedings.
The judge said these 15 articles about his past girlfriends, a conversation with his brother, his deployment to Afghanistan, were all the result of hacking, blagging, or the illegal use of private investigators. He's been awarded £140,000 in damages, but for him, this was never about the money. The judge found unlawful activity was widespread and habitual at the Daily Mirror, Sunday Mirror and the People, and even went on during the Leveson inquiry.
Have you listened to
former Mirror editor Piers Morgan always denied knowing about hacking, even under oath.
I do not believe so, no.
Well, you either did or you didn't. I don't think it's a question of belief.
I do not believe so.
But in today's ruling, he is repeatedly implicated.
As I've consistently said for many years now, I've never hacked a phone or told anybody else to hack a phone. The Duke has been repeatedly exposed in recent years as someone who wouldn't know the truth if it slapped him around his California tanned face.
These are just some of the newspapers I've kept down the years.
David Seymour was group political editor of the Daily Mirror. He told the court he saw Piers Morgan listening to a hacked voicemail. Today, the judge said he accepted that evidence without hesitation.
He pressed the button and played it, and out came Paul McCartney's voice singing And I Love Her. Piers was sort of laughing about it. I can't think of any other explanation other than it was something that had been hacked. The intrusion on somebody's private, something that's very private, I don't know how most people feel, but I suspect they feel like I would, that if that was me, what was that message I'd left for my wife?
Tricia Burnell knows the pain of illegal press intrusion.
He raised a gun and shot Claire at the back of their head.
When her daughter Claire was murdered, she was hacked by other tabloids. Now she's considering a claim against Mirror Group.
It was violation beyond the grave, and that's what really, really hurt. And I'm still so angry about it, because now I've heard so much more, and it wasn't just one paper.
Graham Johnson was once investigations editor at the Sunday Mirror and admitted once hacking a phone. He now exposes tabloid wrongdoing and gave evidence at the trial.
It's bittersweet. It's sweet in as much as the judge has found that the evidence I gave was right. However, it's bitter in as much as I don't want to see the Mirror go under.
Vindicating and affirming is how Prince Harry describes today's ruling. Its significance goes far beyond his personal battle against the tabloids, but it will no doubt give him a boost in the legal action he's bringing against 2 other newspaper groups. A spokesperson for Mirror Group said, "We welcome today's judgment that gives the business the necessary clarity to move forward from events that took place many years ago. Where historical wrongdoing took place, we apologise unreservedly and have taken full responsibility and paid appropriate compensation." Lawyers for Mirror Group had claimed he was in the land of total speculation. Prince Harry's proved them wrong and is now calling for a criminal investigation. In his words, the mission continues.
Why do they
And
think
he ain't giving up there.
saying sorry and paying a lot of money? And David, we don't use hotels, but we'll buy Simon a pint just standing in his fucking ground when we get down to your end.
Yeah, man, that's fucking spot on. People like that. I mean, a lot of them in Skegness have said no, haven't they? I mean, Katie Hopkins went down there, right? But do you think do you actually think there's going to be no backlash? You know what? If they want planning permission or out like that, if they keep refusing, do you think they're going to get it?
Oh, can I bring some up, right? Because it was brought up on here because I didn't know all about it originally, but someone's made themselves back onto Facebook, right? Doing posts and shit, but he's supposed to have fucked off with 10 grand. So what's happened with that?
Oh, is he back? Is he?
Is that the guy from?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Edmondson's back on Facebook.
Oh, I'll
yeah.
have to have a look at that. I didn't know that. I will have to have a look.
So
there we go. Anyway,
I don't know anything about it because I'm.
People still talking to him. There was someone in the comments that someone had actually put, so when you're going to get apologies from the group and shit. So I don't know what the fuck's happened.
Oh, right. Okay. I'll have a look after. Or probably tomorrow. But I didn't know that.
Anyway, it's royal family. That royal family doesn't fucking bother me. They're just all a set of cunts, right? And I think he deserves to be fucking hacked. I think they should hack his fucking bank account and take all his fucking money, him and his fucking missus, and spend it on
think
fucking.
Dave's right.
I don't know. Fucking sex toys. What?
I think they should get Piers Morgan onto Boris Johnson and Sunak's phone. Get some of those WhatsApp messages back.
Yeah. Well, but he hasn't deleted them. I've just changed my phone's number of times.
Yeah. Fucking what a load of crap.
Fucking,
but there we go.
Changed my phone a number of times, and I'm not tech savvy. Hang on, mate. You're not tech savvy. You're a multi-millionaire, right? You haven't got to be a multi-millionaire by not being able to fucking use a computer. You know what I mean? Or a fucking mobile phone.
Well, exactly.
Oh, no. I can't really earn £1 million today because I can't send a WhatsApp. Anyway, we've done an hour and a half. Right?
Yep. I'm going to drop out because my mum's on the bed. And I'm loud.
What's that?
Right. Thank you all for listening. You've been great.
We love you all.
We love you all.
Haters.
Do not comply. Stay free.
Be rebels.
And we'll see you next week.
Roll the credits, Matt. Thanks for listening.
The top story tonight, and police are warning Christmas partygoers to be alert. The warning is targeted at men in particular who frequent local pubs, clubs and parties over the festive season. West Midlands police are urging men to be alert and stay cautious when offered a drink from any woman. Police say there has been a rise in complaints by men that women are using a date rape drug called beer, which is widely available in liquid form. It's reported that beer is used by female sexual predators to persuade their male victims to go home and have sex with them. A woman need only offer a man a few units of beer before a man is rendered helpless and will soon often succumb to the desires to perform sexual acts on the most horrific-looking women whom they'd never normally be attracted to. In the more serious cases reported to police in the last 12 months, victims have been swindled out of their life savings in a familiar scam known as a relationship. In the most extreme cases, the female may be shrewd enough to entrap an unsuspecting man into a longer-term form of mental and financial punishment known as marriage. In other news,
it was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me, won't see another one. And then he sang a song, the rare old mountain dew. I turned my face away and dreamed about you. Got on a lucky one, came in 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas, I love you, baby. I can see a better time when all our dreams come true. You promised me Broadway was waiting for me. You were handsome. You were pretty queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they held out for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the jokes they were singing. We kissed on the corner, then danced through the night. The boys of the NYPD choir were singing, go away, babe. And the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. Lying there almost dead on a drip in that bed.